I actually got a headache figuring this out. There are a lot of monsters, creatures and villains in Doctor Who, and because of this a lot of them haven't appeared on screen yet or have had audio or novel adventures, and a lot of them get forgotten. I have not seen many, if anyone, mention this theory that I've been working on today, and I know that there will be someone out there that's thought of this. And no, this is not the damn Master or the Trickster theory, although the Trickster is intriguing me and I'll elaborate on that in a minute. Let me just dive in with some backstory on this god of chaos that hardly anyone is talking about. Known as the Queen of Time, Hecuba occupied a pivotal role within the intricate web of family ties that spanned across the realms. As the sister of the Toymaker and the aunt of Maestro, her lineage was steeped in a legacy of creators and manipulators. Furthermore, her nephew, Henry Arbinger, further underscored the generational influence that spread throughout her narrative. Similar to her brother, Hecuba revelled in the orchestration of deadly games wherein the freedom of the lesser being hung precariously in the balance. However, while the Toymaker found delight in games involving toys, Hecuba's domain delved into profound mysteries of time and clocks. Herein lay the crux of her power, a mastery over temporal manipulation that transcended the confines of conventional play. At the heart of Hecuba's realm stood the Grand Chronometer, a colossal timepiece of unparalleled significance. This artifact served as the linchpin of her pocket universe, stabilising her temporal fabric and affording her the ability to bend time to her will. With this Grand Chronometer as her conduit, Hecuba wielded the formidable power, one capable of ensnaring even the most elusive entities, such as the Doctor's Tardis, within her intricate plots. Okay, now we've unpacked some backstory so this makes sense to everyone. Here are some key things to focus on from this. This artifact serves as the linchpin of her pocket universe, stabilising its temporal fabric and affording her the ability to bend time to her will. I've already said in my previous theory that I think that there's a sub-universe where the Doctor and the villains can see that they're in a TV show, and only Ruby can't. Now this is even more possible if Hecuba is able to create and live in pocket universes, and is the big bad for the season, but I shall continue with this theory. One capable of ensnaring even the most elusive entities, such as the Doctor's Tardis. So this takes me to the very last episode in the season, Empire of Death. So what does every lady need to be a queen? An empire. Sadly, in this case, it's going to be one of death, apparently. So she's the Queen of Time and has an Empire of Death. You with me yet, or have I lost you? So the Doctor and TARDIS crew have actually encountered Hecuba before, but this was in an audio adventure for the Lost Stories, where it said in the summary for this audio adventure, somewhere outside our universe, she is waiting, a godlike immortal, living in a realm of clocks. The hours tick slowly by as she plots and plans. She is ready in her trap. A trap for a very special man in a very special police box. Hecuba has all the time in the world, but for the Doctor, time is running out. Okay, time for the theory breakdown. I have done this in segments to make it easier to follow. Okay, so first off, let's jump back to the hooded figure from the church on Ruby Road. So in the church on Ruby Road, we see a hooded figure, and I think this potentially could be the Trickster doing our gal Hecuba a favour. But if it's not the Trickster, then it's going to be Hecuba herself leaving Ruby on the church steps. Okay, so we know that Ruby has no idea who her parents are. We also know that Ruby has nothing, not even a scrap of paper from her parents. What we've seen so far leads us to believe that Ruby is potentially magical, or at least godlike, and she seems to potentially have the ability to change memories, or have an ability regarding memories in some way, shape or form. I don't know everything, guys. What I am suggesting here is, what if Ruby's mother is Hecuba? And that's how the story arc ties into everything else. But what if the Doctor is also either related to Hecuba or related to someone whom the gods of chaos know? Let's be honest, being able to regenerate and walk amongst the memories of others and whatever else the Doctor can do, because it changes so much, is like a really awesome godlike power. I just hope that they don't make Ruby and the Doctor related so the Doctor has a family. We got that with 14 moving in with the Temple Nobles. Leave it there. Sub-pocket universes, or sub/pocket universes. Somewhere outside our universe, again taking me back to what I just said, she's in a pocket universe where I think she created another one just for amusement, and we are watching the Doctor through Hecuba. This could also be in relation to those magical sparks that we keep seeing coming from the TARDIS, and what RTD told us, they mean something. So this could be the TARDIS either trying to fight against control, or she could be touching the edges of the pocketverse. The one who waits. She is waiting. This is a key point, because the main mystery box here in this season is the one who waits. This has got to be Hecuba. We also don't know if Hecuba is older than the Toymaker, so it's hard to say, but I would also say that she is the one Maestro was referring to as the oldest one. Maybe that's why Maestro found it impossible, because Hecuba was trapped in an eternal time loop by the second Doctor. Susan Twist's characters. So it's also said that Hecuba, like her brother, was perfectly willing to cheat at her own games to ensure she would gain the upper hand. For example, by giving the players misleading clues. This is where our beloved Susan Twist characters come into play here. So she is the Queen of Time, meaning she controls time. This also means that she can travel in time and manipulate time. So if she is willing to cheat, this means she would have to be keeping an eye on every single Doctor adventure. And this is explaining why we have seen her in every single episode since Well Blue Yonder. And I fully believe that it was her picking up the tooth at the end of the giggle. I'm telling you, this was from her point of view and not the Doctor's. So for this theory, she was in that episode also. Has power over the Tardis. Okay, so this godlike creature has the power over time, but she also has the power over the Tardis too, as explored in the Queen of Time audio adventure. Here's a little snippet from that. The Doctor is piloting the Tardis towards their next destination, while Jamie McCrimmon and Zoe Herriot play a game of backgammon. Suddenly, there's a loud bang and a woman appears in the Tardis view screen and cackles. Not only over the Tardis, but she appears on screen, so this means that she can control, at the very least, cameras and screens, but overall anything that would have a timer built into it, I assume. Leading me on to my next point. The great aunt of Henry Arbinger. Okay, so this one is a bit of a push, but I'm going to say it anyways. So Maestro appeared to have killed, or at the very least banished, Henry in 1925, at the beginning of the Devil's Cord. What if his great aunt Hecuba brought him back, as she still needs him, and this is why he randomly appears at the end of the episode? Because let's be honest, his appearance was a little bit random and could have been cut, so he is obviously important. The Toymaker's sister. Okay, as for the reason Hecuba is wanting to go after the Doctor again after he already defeated her, well, she's the Toymaker's sister. And why did Maestro go after the Doctor? Because of what he did to her father. So after the events of the giggle, this is why they're coming for the Doctor. But I'm not sure if they're actually coming to try and save the Toymaker. This part eludes me because Maestro appeared to care that Daddy was captured, but wasn't willing to do anything about it in that episode, even though she appears to be able to shift in time as well. But then again, the Toymaker is bound in salt, so they can't really get close to the box now, can they? So did I blow your mind? Have I potentially just figured out The One Who Waits and Susan Twist's characters? Remember, if I did, subscribe, like and comment, and also click this video as it keeps you in the Whoniverse.